right now, do you believe President Trump has issued any illegal orders?
To my knowledge, I am not aware of things that are illegal, but certainly there.
Oh, hell. You just can't make this up. You just can't. Y'all know Trump had to repost it. Yes, indeed.
There are some legal gymnastics that are going on with these Caribbean strikes and everything related to Venezuela.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Put this heifer in handcuffs. Why ain't nobody in handcuffs? You know, it just doesn't stop. You just can't make this up. And, you know, it's breaking the internet all over again. Because they run to the fake news media. The first thing they do, after they know what they done did, let's run to the fake news media. Let's run to ABC, CNN, MSNBC. Let's make our star debut. Everybody wants to be a star now. You know? It's a disgrace, man. Let's go against Trump. Let's post about Trump. And let's go make our star debut. Let's blame Trump. Let's make Trump mad. Let's make Trump say something reckless. And again, he's the big bad orange man. And let's go make our star debut. You just can't make this up, man. I tell you, it ought to be a sweep, man. People ought to be walked out with their hands behind their back, man. The hell with these politicians, you know. And Miss Slockin. We're going to expose you in broad daylight, Miss Slockin. We ain't letting you off the hook. And look at this.
It is very clear that no one should follow an illegal.
She actually said this. Let me make sure y'all can hear this. Y'all hear this?
It is very clear that no one should follow an illegal order, but it's very murky when you look at what is an illegal order. And if you go into morally, ethically, that's a pretty tough thing to look at and say, how do I navigate this?
Look, if you're going back to Nuremberg, right, that, well, they told me to do it, that's why I murdered people, is not an excuse. If you look at popular culture, there's like, you watch, you know, A Few Good Men, like we have plenty of examples since World War II in Vietnam where people were told to follow illegal orders and they did it and they were prosecuted for it. So the best thing for people to do is go to their JAG officer, their local law enforcement or a legal officer in their unit and ask for some explanation, ask for help. And that's what we've been advising people to do.
I tell you, Democrats just keep running out and speaking. That's what I say. Democrats, keep speaking. Keep it up with your Trump the Ranger syndrome. Keep it up and opening y'all mouths. Y'all make it better. You Democrats make it better. Yeah, keep going out speaking. Man, you just can't make this up. But we're not surprised. This isn't surprise, y'all. I know y'all not surprised. You know how this breaks the
morally,
internet,
ethically.
You know, everybody posting about it. You just can't make this up. You just can't, man. It's a disgrace. And every last one of them, all six of them ought to be walked out with their hands behind their back. They ought to be made an example out of. For real. And I think Trump did right what he responded with. And then y'all know Trump, he posting all kind of things on the internet now. Y'all know one thing we gonna do is hear from our president. We gonna get a post from the president. And he is using AI to his advantage. That AI getting crazy, huh? That AI, man, can do literally anything. Can change photos, can do this, can create that. We done seen the AI create a whole doggone movie. You know, and the movie actually looked really, really good. Like, man, Living in some times, man. Y'all be careful out there. Miss Lockett, amidst Democrats lied about President Trump issuing illegal orders to the military. I'll tell you, do you believe Trump issued any illegal orders? To my knowledge, I'm not aware of things that are illegal. I tell you, man, you just can't make this up. And y'all couldn't wait to set the tripod up and the camera and get in front and stay on script. They all on the same script.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
who take risks each day.
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
What a disgrace, man. Not that I go back and replay this again, because I know we done played it about, what, 15, 30 times on the show. These people are so pathetic. Desperate. Morons. They ought to all be walked out in handcuffs. For real. Fully investigated. Something. I don't know how we let this fly, man. It made a whole video at that. And then don't even tell us what the hell is the legal order then? Where's the illegal? Where did? Tell us. They done propped the camera up in the tripod and stayed on script. Just like we seen the senators do before. And there was like 30, 40, 50 of them senators repeat the exact same thing, word for word. Going against Trump. I tell you, man, this is a disgrace.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
That trust is at risk. This administration, and Trump,
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals.
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
But from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
What the hell is the illegal order? Y'all tell us what the hell it is. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself, man. I can't watch no more of that crap. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. For real. Gotta be ashamed of themselves.
Members of the military to defy so-called unlawful orders from President Trump was just caught off guard in a Sunday interview. And you're going to want to see this because it is quite revealing about what these Democrats were actually up to. Before we get into this story, since journalism. Now, Democratic Senator Alyssa Slotkin, who is a CIA alum and someone who is well trained in color revolutions abroad, she has been close to former presidents such as Barack Obama, George W. Bush. She has received a lot of funding from the Soros family over the years. Needless to say,
It all comes out. It all comes out, man. It all comes out. What a coincidence, huh? That's what y'all say, huh? What a coincidence.
He is an establishment lawmaker who should have known better than to put out this video calling for members of the military to defy so-called unlawful orders. Now, she was caught off guard on Sunday when she was confronted about any unlawful orders that were given by the Commander-in-Chief, President Donald Trump. Let's watch.
So let's talk right now. Do you believe President Trump has issued any illegal orders?
To my knowledge, I am not aware of things that are illegal, but certainly there are some legal gymnastics that are going on with these Caribbean strikes and everything related to Venezuela.
Now that is absolutely revealing and shows the mischievous and potentially seditious nature of this video that was put out. These Democrats were clearly trying to sow dissent in the ranks of the U.S. military and to organize resistance against Donald Trump in the intelligence community. Was this a call for sleeper cells to activate? We don't know, but obviously Slotkin knew exactly what she was doing with this video. She got 5 of her colleagues in the U.S. Congress to call on members of the military and the intelligence community to disobey Trump on unlawful orders. Now, does she mean that Donald Trump is seeking to hold those who are allegedly criminally responsible for their behavior by recommending that the Department of Justice investigate and possibly indict them and put them before a grand jury and then a jury of their peers as determined by a judge in a court of law? Well, that is not an unlawful order. There are precedents in history of U.S. presidents seeking to hold those responsible for criminal behavior against the United States. Their departments of justice have investigated political crimes before. Just ask Trump and his allies. So weigh in with your own thoughts. Was Slotkin guilty of seditious behavior? Was she guilty of some other crime?
Guilty.
This is definitely an ongoing story that we're going to keep following, and we hope you weigh in with your thoughts.
She's a traitor of the United States. Taking Soros' money, enough said. The BS is not going to stop until arrests are made and the guilty go to prison. It's a call to activate sleeper cells in treason as well because it's an attempted vote. Don't take years to act. It's obvious to everyone what's going on. The DOJ needs to do their job now. Arrest all 6, charge them, make them do prison time, and pay massive fines for their sedition. Oh man, Slotkin was CIA. She knew exactly what she was doing. I tell you, she's a total piece of. We can't say that, but hey, them patriots are letting it be known, huh? I tell you, she needs to be charged. She's guilty and she knows it. She's a former military person. What a travesty and shame. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jail them. Send them to the brig. Send them to the brig. Send them to the brig. You just can't make this up, man. These people, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. For real. And Trump called it out for what it was. Making some big posts, some big responses. They just be ready for Trump to say any little thing. As soon as Trump say something and respond, that's the end of the world. But they know they're gonna trigger Trump. That's why these Democrats that's why they do stuff like this, man. They know, Trump ain't gonna play around with it. He gonna keep it blunt to you. He gonna give it to you straight. He don't care about his mouth. Y'all say what y'all want. He gonna give it to you straight. They really be rage baiting the president, man. But that's one thing people love about President Trump. He gonna call it out for what it is. But again, there's always a process. This has to be done. This has to be done. We just can't go in and put somebody in handcuffs. If it was up to me, we just walk up in there, bust the door down. We walk you out in handcuffs, live on television. I got 5 cameramen over here, over here, over here. We're gonna walk your butt out. Yeah, we're gonna make an example out of you. And we're gonna show the footage of us taking you down, getting that fingerprint, everything. We're gonna make a whole documentary out of you. If it was up to Rick, we'll make a whole documentary out of you, and then us walking you into the cell. Yeah, I'll make a whole week, man. If we could do things a different way, man, we'll make a documentary. We'll make example out of y'all for real. Put it all on a documentary for everybody to watch. Yeah, of traitors being put